Hello everybody, it's Splash back with the next part of our Bluray Steelbook review, the chronological look back, and in this episode we have numbers 161 to 180, and we're going to continue on from where we left off with number 160, which was the start of the one premium wave from 2012, and we showed the first few 300, 10,000 BC, Blade Runner, and Clash of the Titans. Well, that was 4 of the 12 that they released that day. So here are the other 8, and we start off with Heat, which I did mention briefly last time. This was the one steelbook that was cheaper on release than the rest, and as a result it sold out a lot faster, and it's a lot more wanted, although it has found its way back into stock from Entertainment Store recently. Goodness knows where they found these steelbooks. I really don't, but they had the stock back, but it was going for up to 40 quid. It's a lot lower than that now, but still it's the hardest to find of this, or the most you'll pay for these releases. So yeah, the Amarillo has been around for quite a while. It's nice inside artwork. I had the Canadian release of this before this version came out, which I would say is a bit nicer, but you know, it's nice to have them all matching, I suppose, for the UK releases. So the next one, again, these are just in alphabetical order. It's I Am Legend, starring Will Smith, and it's a nice artwork there with his dog. This was another one that I had the Canadian release of before getting this version, and I still have the DVD steelbook version from HMV as well. So these were all I think £15 when they came out, apart from Heat. But they're all around £10 now, I think, as I mentioned in the last video, and of course they all came with ultraviolet codes. Now here's one that's slightly different to the rest, Inception, only because there's no white on the cover. They cut the full cover, so this is why this was the most interesting one, and also the one that I know most people at the time when they first came out bought first, expecting it to go out of print, but it hasn't so far. And this is a really nice steelbook, great movie as well. There's the disc there and the inside artwork, but you know what, I've only seen this film once. It's a fantastic film. I don't know why I haven't gone back to watch it. I guess because you do have to really concentrate on it. But I actually watched it on Sky Box Office because they offered me a free movie, and there was a choice of like a Harry Potter movie or some Twilight crap or this, and so I bought this, and on there, well, it wasn't bought, they gave me the money back for it. So and then I went and bought the big like metal attaché case version, which I've still got, but yeah, and then I bought that steelbook as well, so it's a double dipper. Now, what video would this be if we didn't have a Tom Cruise facial picture on the front of a steelbook? It doesn't disappoint. We have The Last Samurai, and yeah, this one, I think I was going to buy the Best Buy exclusive one, but didn't, and sort of good in the end because this one came out. I did buy a lot of Best Buy exclusives cheap, and ended up selling them on because they got UK releases most of this wave, in fact, I think. And then next up we have The Matrix, and I've owned this film so many times in so many different formats, from DVD to UMD, which I still have, I think. Yeah, I've still got all 3 Matrix films on UMD, and I had the Blu-ray box set. I sold the Blu-ray box set. I've got this version here, this version of The Matrix, and then I've also got the Bluray Steelbook trilogy from Germany, and also the US Digibook of The Matrix. So yeah, at the moment I've got 4 Matrix, 4 versions of The Matrix, and I used to have that really nice set, the big DVD box set. I think it was like, was it 7 or 8 discs, maybe 9, and it came with this Neo bust, and all the discs came in this big plastic tray thing. It was like you pulled them out. That was awesome. I really wish I still had that. There's a lot of old DVD collectibles I wish I still had. Anyone remember the alien head? That big alien head with like 9 discs in it that went in the top, you took the top off. Really wish I had that as well, but they've gone, and I won't pay the prices that they are now to get them back. So here we have 7, and he's a film that I really enjoy, but it's hard to watch it more than, you know, maybe twice at the end of the film. But yeah, I mean, you can watch it the first time and you're like, oh, okay, fair enough. But the second time, you're sort of trying to figure out what you missed in the first time. But that's really all you could sort of probably watch it for, really. I mean, some people will probably say, oh, you can watch it a dozen times, but for me, I could probably only watch it twice. So now we have Sherlock Holmes. Now it's shown the Game of Shadows in the in one of the recent videos, and happily they released this one. I think I did have the US import for this one at one point. Slightly nicer than this, but still, you know, I say I like the matching design of all of these Warner Premium editions, and I'm kind of hoping that they do another wave. I mean, I'm sure there were some other Japanese Steelbook releases that they didn't bring out, that they could do something with, but it's all down to cost, isn't it, and price. It's all down to cost and price, and how much they can get for them, and, you know, they haven't sold out the first wave, and they haven't sold any of their second wave, which will show in an upcoming video, probably the next video, all the old Warner classics from the 50s and 60s, and some that I think are earlier than that. So now we have Troy Director's Cut, and this is one that had a lot of trouble with the Canadian edition. It was bashed to hell so many times, I gave up on it, and yeah, so I'm so glad that the UK version came out. So yeah, it's good stuff as well. And that finishes off the wave of 12 for the Warner Premium Collection, and that was the end of the 12th of November releases. The following week we only got one release, but it's an interesting one. It's from Eureka, and it's The Passion of Joan Arc. Now, this is the only one I have in my collection that isn't in a protective case, because it doesn't really need one. This is really awesome. Here we have this sort of rectangle front, horizontal front. The back is straight up, and then inside this big heavy duty box you have the Steelbook and also a booklet. Now remember, from other Eureka releases, they really give you a nice booklet. Well, with this one they went a little bit further. Some Stewie Griffin lounge pants there. This is quite hard to get out, so there's the Steelbook, and I'll also get out the booklet as well, so we can have a look at these. So the Steelbook, this is the back of it, and the front, and so they didn't put any name of the film on the front, they didn't need to. Inside we have 3 discs, which you don't usually get from Eureka. It's usually 2, but here we have the movie on Blu-ray, and you have the 2-disc edition on DVD with 2 different versions, 3 different versions in fact. And there's some back artwork there as well, apparently, just across. So yeah, here's the booklet. Excuse me. And yeah, you can see a nice old school artwork there. This is a French movie, French speaking movie, and inside we have a real in-depth look all about the making of the film, and all about Joan of Arc, the legend of that. There's different looks at the different versions, different prints, and there's 3 different versions on the DVD set. 20 frames per second, 24 frames per second, and the Lord Duce version, I think it is. I don't know, I think they were all on the one Blu-ray. But yeah, this one's still available. It's not out of print or anything, but you know, it's probably more likely to. You would think it was more likely to sell out because it's a more complete edition, but perhaps that puts people off the price because it's not cheap. Now, next up we have from the following week an HMV exclusive. We have 4 Steelbooks from this day, but we're going to start with the HMV exclusive, and that is from Sony for The Amazing Spider-Man. And this is still available. I mean, I think a lot of people probably thought this would sell out as well. This is a nice glossy Steelbook release. It's the same as the German version, but the German version has a 3D disc inside, which I do have in my collection, with the big statue thing. So there's the Blu-ray discs, special feature disc too. So the German version has exactly the same, but with an extra disc in there. The inside artwork is okay. It's an alright steelbook. I mean, it's probably due to the fact it doesn't have embossing and debossing or anything, or the fact it's not marble, that or not part of the marble, because it's marble, but it's in that part of the Marvel phase, Marvel universe, that it's not quite as wanted as the rest. And I know a lot of people still love that original trilogy, myself included. So it's difficult to move past that. But that one is still available from HMV. And now next up we have, this is from the same day, from Arrow Battle Royale. Now this was a play exclusive, and this sold out really fast. But it is it's now cheaper to buy it than it was when it first came out, because a lot of people bought too many copies. I know my brother still has 5 sealed copies in his cupboard. That on my advice, I said, "Oh, this is going to be rare. You're going to want to pick up some." The only time he ever listened to me, and it was bad advice. And yeah, I mean, I bought an extra copy, just in case mine was damaged. Had it a long time. Recently sold it, but and lost money. But at least I got mine mint, which is the main reason. But for my brother, he likes to try and find ways to make a bit of money here and there, and on that occasion it didn't work. So, but hey, you win some, you lose some, and he's won plenty over the years, so he can take that loss, I think, if he ever wants to sell them. So yeah, we have the 3-disc edition with the theatrical cut, the director's cut, and also special features. Now this, and the special features on DVD. Now this is the inside work. I'll just show that first before getting into this movie a little bit more. This movie, I can't remember how many times I've seen it. Too many. It's one of those films I can watch over and over and over. I've owned this film so many times, there's so many formats. At the moment, I think I have it 4 times, 3 on Blu-ray. This steelbook, the slipcase edition or slipbox edition for the limited edition collection that I have, which is complete, and also the big box set version. It's huge with all sorts of extra features inside, the numbered certificate, and I also have the original DVD tin still of Battle Royale. So yeah, that was the DVD tin. That was brought a long time ago, but a very nice release. I should probably talk about the front actually as well. Some of the nicest debossing you'll see on the BR there, and all the way around, everything around is beautifully debossed as well. So yeah, they did a really good job on it, but unfortunately there were more people who bought it than wanted it, and so as a result there's a big surplus, and it's not the only one we'll see in this video that's like that. But at least this hasn't had a reprint, or reprint, I suppose you can call it. The other one, which we'll talk about very shortly, did. So we're still on the 26th of November. The next release is the second and final manga steelbook, Ninja Scroll. And this is a nice steelbook, but I feel the artwork could have been a bit brighter. It's a bit dull, to be honest. It might look alright on the camera, but it's pretty dull in person. It could have popped a bit more, but it's very nice. This one is, again, sort of, it's not, I don't believe it's out of print, so you can pick this up pretty cheaply now. Nice booklet inside. There's a little bit of information, but it's not in depth like Eureka releases would be. I have the Blu-ray and DVD. Good, good old-fashioned double play. Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I think I need something to drink. I haven't had anything to drink yet today. That's probably what it was. I thought I'd get up and do this first thing, and then I don't know, chill out for the weekend, or at least for the rest of the day. So yeah, that's Ninja Scroll. And up next we have the Bourne Legacy. This is one of 2 Universal releases on this day, and this one's still available as well. Starring Jeremy Renner, who took over from Matt Damon. And this one's pretty sort of average steelbook, really. Nothing to write home about, and of course it's still available, pretty cheap now. And not really for me, not really a patch on the original 3. Certainly the original 2 films. And now next up we have something that's... Okay, so we're back with the second part. I just realised I messed up. Got a few minutes in, I messed up. This is not chronological anymore because Ted came out the week before the Bourne Legacy. It's just that they were both Universal together, so I put them in alphabetical order. I should have double checked, I didn't. But this came out on the 26th of November, and the Bourne Legacy came out on the 3rd of December. So these two are the wrong way around, but it's going to be the only time that happens, trust me. Okay, so with Ted, this was an interesting steelbook because firstly, you don't get comedy films as steelbooks. They just don't do them. Very few of them have this treatment. And the other thing was, I mean, it's a nice glossy steelbook and everything, but the front artwork there is the same as the Amaray release. And actually now this steelbook is pretty cheap, and you'd probably find more people would want the slipcase edition of the Amaray version because it's quite rare. Which I do have. I do have the slipcase edition of the Amaray just because it's quite rare, so I figured why not have it in the collection. But more people will be interested in that than this, unfortunately. But yeah, it is a nice glossy release. Inside, they could have done better. It's very unoriginal. It's the same artwork on the disc as it is for the inside artwork, but you know, Universal really half-assed it. The other interesting thing about this was that this was announced. This is one of these early ones that were announced before it was out of the cinemas. In fact, it might have just been coming to the cinemas. Now it's commonplace, but back then it really wasn't. You didn't, you know, get told a steelbook was coming when it was just in the cinema. Now you can pre-order them. You know, you can pre-order stuff. Pre-ordered stuff at Christmas that was in the cinemas at Christmas, like Frozen. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the 3rd of December, which we should have started off with Bourne Legacy, but never mind. So those two are in the wrong order, but it won't happen again. At least I'll try not to happen again. It's early on Saturday. These things happen. So this is the H&B exclusive of the Dark Knight Rises, and this one's still available, but personally I think this is nicer than the re-release. Even though the re-release was nice and glossy, this one's matte finish. I just really prefer the broken cowl on the front here. You know, with the rain, it just looks really, really cool. And so, yeah, I would definitely sort of recommend, if you're going to buy one of them, to buy this one, even though the other one is probably a lot cheaper. So you have the discs, which will be exactly the same in the other release that we get to later on in a few videos' time. Movie and special features, and then we have Bane there with the cowl in the foreground, and I actually have that Bane poster on my wall outside on the stairs. Yeah, I'm one of those crazy guys that, because I live on my own, I can pretty much decorate how I like, and I like posters. You know, I don't really like wallpaper. I mean, I have my walls painted and everything, but I don't really go for wallpaper. I prefer to have posters up, then you can change them, and you can, you know, whatever your mood is. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of comic book posters up on the walls, but that's me. So here we have Old Boy. Now, I mentioned this earlier with the Battle Royale, that was another release coming. Now this one was also a Play exclusive that sold up very fast. This is the first and last carton release, or Palisades as they are now. And this one has now been given a re-release, but it's just a reprint. At least that's what I've been told. I mean, I don't know anybody who's bought the new one, because it's quite expensive compared to how much this one used to be, 10 quid. But if anyone can tell me if there's any difference at all, and I'll have to go and pick it up, because if it's different I'll have to buy it. But I think it's the exact same artwork. It is nice artwork, and I like the effect that they've done on the title Old Boy. It's hard to see here, but if you have it in person, there's a nice little effect on Old Boy. Now inside we have a little sort of double-sided postcard thing, but it's so flimsy, I really don't know what the point of that is. And here we have the disc, and then we have the infamous inside artwork, which is creepy as fuck. But I'm sorry for swearing, but it is very, very creepy. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to do that, but yes, it is very, very creepy. And you know, maybe that would be the only thing I would think that would be changed for a re-release. And yeah, of course, this film is now being given a remake, an American remake with Josh Brolin. And I'm sorry, but I cannot see how this film should never be remade. You know, this is one of those films that cannot be remade. You can't do it justice. And for anyone who's seen this film, and I'm not going to give away anything for those who haven't watched it, but this is one of the greatest films of all time, in my opinion. This edition, and you know, you can't remake it, because unless you do a twist ending, which wouldn't be faithful to the original, you know exactly what's going to happen. You know, when you first watch this film, you don't know what's going to happen until the end, and then you think, oh god, you know. But watching the remake, I mean, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to. Even if they make a steelbook, I'll buy it, but I won't watch it, because I just know it's going to be terrible. I think it's already bombed anyway, so hopefully they won't give it a steelbook release. So we're still on the 3rd of December. There's quite a few this week. Next up we have a 4-film steelbook. You don't get many of these, and probably this is one of the reasons why. Trainspotting, still available and dirt cheap now. This is a double play release, and it's got Choose Life on the front there, of course. Number 1 Renton, which I don't believe he was on the original posters. And you've got the characters on the back there as well. It's pretty plain, but for DVD do this. No inside artwork. It's a bit like the Rolling Stones. Stone Roses, what am I on about? The Stone Roses steelbook they did, made of stone. There's too many stones in rock and roll. And so, yeah, they just don't really bother with the artwork that much. Blu-ray and DVD, as simple as you like. No inside artwork. Cheap as chips. Which is what you want, I suppose, if you're a collector. You want those odd cheapies. And the final one for December, the 3rd, was my favourite steelbook of the whole year, and it came out on December the 3rd. It was my favourite steelbook of 2012. Zombie Flesh Eaters from Arrow. Just phenomenal artwork. And I remember getting this with an Amazon voucher. I think I paid £10 for it. It is out of print, but you can still pick it up from the Arrow shop. It was selling for 40-50 quid at one point, but then Arrow got some more stock back, so it's sort of slowed down now on eBay. But if you want it, go straight to Arrow direct. Free delivery, they'll package it up really beautifully, and you'll get it for I think it's about £20, probably less, £18. So here we have the 2 discs. Now this disc is a replacement disc. They had to replace it because there was something wrong with the original disc. Unfortunately, I bought 2 copies. Well, one steelbook and one slipcase edition, which I didn't unseal until recently, but because I only bought one of them from Arrow Direct, the other one was from Amazon, they only sent me one replacement disc. So this is the good disc. My slipcase edition, which is limited to 500, has the old disc in it. And I still have the old disc somewhere as well. Disc 1, and there's disc 2, 2 Blu-rays, and then we'll show the inside artwork here. Very cool indeed. We also have this awesome as always booklet from Arrow. It seems a bit thicker than usual, and we also have a nice big poster as well, which I won't flatten out, but yeah, very very cool stuff. I'll have all this twice because as I say, I have the slipbox edition as well. But yeah, very very awesome stuff, and as I say, if you can pick this up for a fair price, definitely go for it, because it's right up there with another Arrow release from this year, Big Cruel and Little China. Very very nice original artwork on there, and it's just so awesome. So we have 2 more for this video. We're going to start off the 9th of December. As I say on the last video, this this video only covers 4 weeks, but it doesn't even cover 4 weeks, because we have a few next week for this week, and also we have a few next week for this week, a few in the next episode for this week's releases, and also we had some from the 12th of November in the last video. So actually 1 month was more like 25 or 28 steelbooks. But the first 2 from this wave, this is a player wave, I think it's a player exclusive wave, yeah. Bad Boys. Sony release is getting a re-release with new artwork, but here we have on the back here, What You Gonna Do. Bad Boys, Bad Boys. Nice sort of original poster artwork on the front there, and then inside, let's get rid of this, we have the disc, and it's nice inside artwork as well. The big question is, when are we going to get to see Bad Boys 2 on Blu-ray? We're still waiting for Bad Boys 2 on Blu-ray. I remember seeing like a trailer for it where it was going to come out, and that was like 2007, so we're now waiting 7 years later for Bad Boys 2 on Blu-ray. Maybe one day. Maybe we'll get Steelbook, who knows. But yeah, really fun movie that as well. And the last one we have is a much more serious film from the same wave, Black Hawk Down. And so this rounds up our probably one of the longest videos I've done so far. Really nice artwork there And again, these ones are, I think these ones are out of print. No, Bad Boys isn't, but Black Hawk Down is. Black Hawk Down's out of print, but you can probably still pick it up. I mean, for a fair price. It's just there's no more to be made. Yeah, nice inside artwork there with the crew. Very cool stuff, and very cool movie as well. So there we have it. That's the end of this video. Apologies for the mess up earlier, and apologies for swearing. I know some people don't like that, and I respect that. I don't usually do it, so I think it's the first time I've ever done it properly like that, and I didn't mean to, but these things slip out now and again. We're going to be back with the next video hopefully tomorrow, but I can feel a cold coming on, so I may be in bed all day. We'll have to see. But yes, we're going to be back with Zombieland, which is the last one from this wave, and then we'll also have a bunch of other steelbooks, including a bunch of Mission Impossibles, all the way through to number 200, which is the Maltese Falcon. Awesome movie, so we're going to be checking them out very soon. But until next time, thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care for now.